So I did a show called Lone Star Gridiron, which was that fifth show ever created. We get a large portion of our revenue generated through that channel. We have since expanded out and services for other companies as well to help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And then, Chris, you talk about the story because at the end of the day, exactly like you said, we learn through stories, even when we are babies, when we go to bed, right, and we are kids. We hear a story, and this is the more, so telling the story is the most engaging ways for you to get the audience entertained. And so what are the main elements that a great story should have?
Sure. Yeah. Ideally, it's true. There are people who can tell stories, who can embellish and create a good narrative. You see those on Netflix. Those are made up. But true stories really suck people in. And that's why you mentioned I was one of the early podcasters. The story of how I got into podcasting is much more powerful than me saying why people should podcast.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what's the story then. So, Chris, tell us, how come you become the number 5 podcast in the world? Yeah. So what happened?
Well, I'm a technology nerd. I always have been, always on the cutting edge of technology, just because it's so interesting. In fact, I was playing with AI in the 80s. So, but I was doing internet radio when podcasting was invented. I was doing live broadcasts on the internet. I happened to know the inventors of podcasting. It was Adam Curry and Dave Weiner. Adam Curry, a lot of people, older people may remember him. He was an MTV VJ. He did, I think, a show called Headbangers Ball on MTV. And you wouldn't think he was a nerd. He had the big, 80s rock hair. But he was a nerd. And Dave Weiner, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, that between them, they came up with this technology to attach your rich media, audio and or video, to an RSS feed. And I know I'm getting nerdy here, but you attach that and it would automatically
go for it. You can go nerd.
I can go fine. Nerdy. Nice. Thank you. I told you I'm a technology nerd. So yeah, they came up with that, and we were playing around, having some conversations online, and I thought, I'll give this a try. At the time, I was living in Houston, Texas. I had a background in Texas high school football. I played it. I did some coaching. I did some officiating. And I thought, well, nothing is easier to sell in Texas than Texas high school football. So I did a show called Lone Star Gridiron, which was that fifth show ever created. That show is still going. It's got a website now that gets millions of hits a year. And, we get a large portion of our revenue generated through that channel. We have since expanded out and we do other sports. We do other services for other companies as well to help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast. But yeah, that's really how it started. Was I married my love of Texas high school football with my love of technology and gave it a try, and it worked.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.